Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your best life in Jesus Christ. Earlier in the week, I spoke about the importance of having an attitude of gratitude each day and cultivating a grateful heart and mind in every situation we face. You see, every day we have the opportunity to adopt any number of different attitudes. The attitude we develop will go a long way toward determining what kind of day we'll have and how much we'll accomplish that day. This is true in sporting events, work environments, church opportunities, and frankly, every relationship we have in life. I've discovered over many years that my attitude is truly my choice, and your attitude is truly your choice. So today I'm going to talk about 3 different attitudes that we have a tendency to adopt at times. The first being pride. Pride is, I'm too big to do little things. The Bible reminds us that pride goeth before the fall and a haughty spirit before destruction. Galatians 6:3 says pride is very deceptive and extremely destructive. If anyone thinks they are something when they're not, they deceive themselves. I like the way the Living Bible puts it. If you think you're too important to help someone in need, you're only fooling yourself. You're really a nobody. It reminds me of a story I heard about Robert E. Lee. He was traveling on his horse and met a group of soldiers trying to get a wagon out of a ditch. So there's 4 soldiers and they're working at it, and there's a lieutenant that's standing back and watching and giving orders. So Lee rolls up and he asks the man why he wasn't helping. And he said, well, I'm a lieutenant. Lee got off his horse and got his boots and clothes muddy as he helped the other soldiers pull the wagon out of the ditch. When he was finished, the soldiers who had been helping looked at him, and all of a sudden they recognized, this is General Robert E. Lee. This just goes to show that he wasn't too big to do a little job. The second attitude is pity. I'm too little to do big things. This negative attitude is usually the result of dealing ineffectively with some dysfunction in our past or comparing ourselves to other people. I've talked about this before. See, what we do in life, God doesn't compare to anyone else. Paul said in Galatians 6:4, each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. We can never be too little to do something big. If God gives us the opportunity to be successful in it, then He will give us the resources to do it. Pity should never be accepted as reality. It's something that we have created and accepted. God can change that attitude. The third attitude is potential. I am just right to do all things through Christ. Now, this is a great attitude. Paul said exactly that. He said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me in Philippians 4:13. Our strength to do all things does not come from anything we generate. It comes from receiving God's strength. God created us just right to fit us for a purpose, His purpose. And He has a purpose for us. I've talked about this many times. Part of the problem, though, is we think we can do things in our own strength. Remember, this potential attitude is one in which we can do everything through Christ. If God gives you a vision to do something big and somebody else says that it's impossible, remember, they're not talking about you. They're talking about themselves. See, this potential attitude changes the negative to the positive. It brings excitement to life and becomes a blessing to other people. Paul said in Galatians 6:5, for each one should carry their own load. And another translation says we are responsible for our own conduct. So as you start this morning, decide for yourself, what attitude are you going to choose this morning? One of pride, one of pity, or one of potential through Christ? I pray that you choose to fulfill your potential through Jesus Christ. I hope you have a terrific day today in Christ. Remember, I'm here if you need me, and I love you all.